Standard rotation is coming up in September. Are you ready? Do you have a deck that you can play? And of course, there will be things you can play on Arena for playing the pre-rotated standard. So get ready. This one, spoiler alert, is really good. Check it out. Green-White Enchantress. Green-White Enchantments, Enchantress. Not really an Enchantress, because we don't draw cards necessarily, although we can take Weaver of Harmony, which has the ability to copy triggered abilities and double up the Spirited Companion. We get extra draws out of that, so that's cool. But what are we doing here? We're playing a deck. If you're curious about rotation, every year, 4 of the standard sets rotate out, and so you're just left with the 4 from the previous year. So the 4 from the 2 years ago year or season rotate out. And if you want to see how to find that, let me just show you here. You go on this little thing, and what you do, you would just select these 4 sets. If you want to build your own rotation-proof deck, just select these 4 sets, and you can use that to figure out what is legal. And so, of course, what's rotating? Adventures in Forgotten Realms. So we're going to be back to all Magic IP. Strixhaven, Kaldheim, and Zendikar Rising are rotating. Now, I'm playing this pre-rotation, so the decks I'm going to be playing against have not rotated yet. However, this deck, spoiler alert, is very good. So stick around and see just how good it is. Probably I'm going to put it in the title, it's so good. But anyways, what do we got here? We've either got enchantments or things that benefit from enchantments. So Generous Visitor benefits from enchantments. Fang of Shigeki is a creature and an enchantment. Commune with Spirits can help us find enchantments or lands. Circle of Confinement, enchantment-based removal. Machiko's Reign of Truth, an enchantment that also buffs creatures based on the number of enchantments that we have. Spirited Companion, enchantment creature that draws a card. Comedy of Transience gets plussed by enchantments, also can come back from the graveyard. I only had 2 of these. I don't have a lot of wild cards right now. I think I have 0 rare wild cards right now. But the deck plays fine without them, so I don't know if I even drew any. You leave a comment when you watch all the games and tell me if I even drew one of these guys. So maybe you could build a deck without it, as crazy as that is, because it's pretty good. You kind of want Trample when you're buffing something up with Machiko's Reign of Truth. Anyways, we've got quad Shigeki Jukai Visionaries. Maybe go 4 Akamis, 2 of these, I don't know. This is nice because you can channel it and get stuff back from your graveyard. You can use it to ramp. It's also an enchantment creature. We got Weaver of Harmony, which buffs all enchantment creatures, plus it copies triggers, such as the Machiko Reign of Truth trigger, or actually it can't copy the Generous Visitor trigger, but it can copy the triggers on these exile-based removal spells, which is pretty good. Pretty good. We've got Jukai Naturalist, of course, white and green enchantment creature, lifelink enchantment spells cost 1 less to cast. If we don't have a Trampler, pop in the Machiko buff on a lifelinker, can also just be kind of backbreaking. Catilda, of course, also a lifelinker, also benefits from the number of enchantments we have, and also spirits. And this guy is a spirit, and this guy is a spirit. So, surprising amount of synergy. Spirited Companion, not a spirit, just a doggy, just a good boy. Borrowed Time, this is your basic one. They print a lot of these. 3 mana, exiles a non-land permanent, so that can be good for hitting creatures. Circle of Confinement hits a creature mana value 3 or less. It also has some weird text about vampires that I won't bother to read. Touch the Spirit Realm has a hidden channel mode, which will be relevant in a game. Stick around to see that. But basically the same thing as Borrowed Time, except it only hits artifacts or creatures for 3 mana. But of course, if we can get that Weaver of Harmony down and double up these triggers, boy howdy, that's a blowout. So thanks for watching here. Before we get to the matches, just let me say, everybody who found your way here for the first time, I'm a very, very small channel. YouTube algorithm does not recommend me that often. So please hit the subscribe, comment, like, leave a little breadcrumb for the algorithm if you like to see cool MTG Arena decks and Magic content. And it's much appreciated. And if you're here for a second or third time and you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so, because I am going to run some giveaways at some point. So you want to know about that and want to be around. Okay, now check out these games. Up against Huggy. You know who was Huggy? John Lasseter. That didn't work out well for him. Shigekit. Got the Fang of Shigeki, and we got Shigeki. Full Initiate. Okay. Well. So play that as a land. No attacks. This looks like the Boros aggro. Maybe another other person trying to get their non-rotating deck on. Huh. Yeah. Should we Shigek or should we just weave some harmonies? Weave some harmonies, because this is going to be pretty. They're an aggro deck. Boom. 12-point life swing. Deal with that, Mr. Aggro. Okay, brutal. So we can just get a land here. A green land. Actually, it doesn't matter if it's green. Can we get a land? We got a land. Okay. Oh, but we need more than one land. Because we lost our discount. How much do we care about our discount? We care. We care a lot. We care a lot. So the reason I was thinking so hard about that is this has the green and tap, copy target activated or triggered ability. Okay. Well. I could duplicate that, but that's not that important. I think we'll do Kami of Transience here. I don't seem to want to block with the Brutal Cathar. The Brutal Smackdown. They're kind of flooding out on lands, it looks like. Yep. Got 'em. Rotation proof enchantments. Okay, got the Generous Visitor, Weaver of Harmony, Touch the Spirit Realm, yeah. See if this hand gets disrupted. It's a pretty good curve out. What you got, Layla? Slow hand Eric Clapton. Layla. Doing that to confuse the algorithm. I really know how Layla goes. Oh. Somebody else is playing the same cards as us. Look at that. Huh. Smackaroons. Smackarackaroons. So you can either double up on the draw spell or double up on the Circle of Confinement. Depending on what they drop here. Has anybody ever triggered the vampire spell with the same name thing on this? It's a little bit of trinket texty. Okay. Well, they're getting a bit tricksy here. Do they have some kind of like flash creature or? What is their plan here? Oh, I think, oh yeah, now I can copy that. Make a 2/2, draw 2. Don't mind if I do. attack for 3. How's it gonna be? Okay, they're aganging. They aganged us. I don't feel too bad. That was their trick. We can double circle of confinement here. It's like a green mana. Opponent. This is like the mirror match so far. Except opponent is thinking hard. They're going to play a second Weaver? Oh, okay. It's runes. It's the rune version. But we're not playing runes because runes are going to rotate. No blocks. Yep. You got us on that one. Well. Huh. Yeah, I need that extra green mana. Getting a little bit shanked by our mana base here. Copy that. Say bye-bye to your board. I guess we'll play this. We might need to touch the Spirit Realm or Borrowed Time. Do a double up on those. Opponent, weaving some harmonies. Not giving up. So, if I Jukai Naturalist, and do Borrowed Time, what you gonna do? Cameo Safekeeping? Sure. Yeah, at this point. They can trade if they want. Spirited Companion. Maybe shouldn't have made that trade, I don't know. I could have doubled up, touched the Spirit Realm next turn. Okay, I got a bit aggro. I confess. And Machiko's Reign of Truth, but that is a very slow way to do it. Aha. Let's Circle of Confine that. Let's see what we draw. Shigeki. We're not really that scared of the Spirited Companion. A little rough, they keep trading off, but we continue to be ahead on board. Buffing our Jukai Naturalist, thank you very much. Jugan defends the temple. You can play this in this deck if you want. You might. Huh. Do you think we can hit a green source with Shigeki? Let's see. Yeah. I think we need to commune with spirits and find our own Machikos. Machiko's genes. Oh, okay. I guess that was a bit dangerous doing that because they've already shown us they're playing Tamiya Safekeeping. which is another one that you could run in this deck, by the way. How are we ever lower than 20? See if opponent knows how to not give us +1 counters. I think it's an option, opponent. You really didn't have to do that. Up to 2 target creatures. You could submit 0. Alright, I kind of feel bad winning now, but because there is a power level difference here. Well, first wait, let's commune with spirits first. Let's see if we can find our own Machiko and just like close this game out here. Spirited Companion does something. One mana, make a 1/1 draw card. Jukai Naturalist. Guess that's okay. And Circle of Confinement. I'm at least giving them ideas for what they should put in their deck, I think. Oh, they had the Tamiyo safekeeping. What do you know? What are the chances? And they're willing to trade off here. Oh, because they have Indestructible. Okay, well... wow, this is a real battle of... and they get a Jukai Naturalist off the top. Okay. I think we're going to have to channel our Shigeki. No blocks. Yeah. +2 just like uses up my whole turn, huh? No attacks. Won't really turn the tide on us. The double Machikos. And the Tamiyo safekeeping. Let's see, what do they rip off the top here? Oh, this triggers somehow? It triggers ETBs? That's so weird. That's super bizarre. Take 12? Or just let a Spirited Companion die? Take 6? Okay, okay, now here we go, here we go. We'll eat your 10/10. Buff everybody up. And make our own giant lifelinker. What do you think of that, opponent? And next turn with the Weaver of Harmony, we can make 2 big lifelinkers. Or not. Oh man, this battle's going back and forth. The mirror match. The mirror matchup is going back and forth. Touch the Spirit Realm. That should probably do it. All I would have had to do was attack all. Opponent figured that out before I did. Alright, 2-0. Selesnya, enchantments. Rotation proof. I'll keep this. We gotta play our Boseiju. Turn 1. Okay, Dismal Backwater. So dismal. This is definitely not. This is dismal hand right here. It's definitely not the hand you want to see. Huh. Do I try to smack in for 2? Play the Jukai Naturalist? I guess I will. Let's see. I might just get countered. Much rather they counter the Generous Visitor. That gets killed. Okay, well. Jukai Naturalist, we barely knew ya. Alright, they're not playing anything, so they are a miserable control deck. Siphon Insight. Sure. Is it a land? Oh, this is complicated. They're reading it. Maybe it's Circle of Confinement. Meat Hook Massacre. So that killed one of my guys. Interesting. So they just have 2 Meat Hook Massacres, so they're just willing to throw one out there. Field of Ruin. Don't you hit my Botanical Plaza. Red Fugue. What are they going to take? They took the Circle of Confinement. So they couldn't take the Spirit Realm, right? Because they didn't pay full freight on that. Catilda is interesting. She's not an enchantment, so I'll just get in here. Otawara. If I exile that, doesn't do much good for me. And they got a tempo play on us. Oh, these are spirits. Okay, that's a nice little synergy. Okay, you got me. Got me with your miserable Invoke Despair. This is one that's going to be making people miserable all next season. Red Fugue, okay. Well, we've got the mana now to protection from vampires. See, it doesn't. The vampire thing does not. They play a Spirited Companion from our deck. Thank you very much. Well, they got 2 cards in hand. Let's circle of Confine here. Alright, Lethal is on board. Shadow's Verdict. So, if we touch the Spirit Realm on this, it just comes back. Do they have another instant? And they play a Weaver of Harmony, sure. Land off the top, not what I was looking for. What do you got? Okay, Spirited Companion. That will be good next turn. If Catilda can survive. Okay, down to 1 card in hand. Go ahead, eat my graveyard. Got him. Wow. This deck is doing well. Maybe this deck is secretly good? I don't know. I better lose this one or nobody's going to believe this is a 100% win rate deck. 100% win rate. I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a minute. I'm going to snap keep. Definitely do feel like I'm getting a little choked on green mana. Maybe we should have a bit more green sources. A few more green sources, please. Shigeki? Yeah, I guess we should attack first, just in case. There's a little pause there. They've got something instant speed, it looks like. They're gonna smoke our Shigeki? No? They've just... What should we buff up? This might get this out of burn spell range. Attacks. Of course, we kind of want them to kill that Shigeki because we got another one. Crush the Weak. Okay. Apparently, should have gotten. Should have gotten other things out of the burn range. Oh, oops. Thought we could double spell there. I wasn't paying attention to the mana. Oopsie. Got 3 for 2. That's not great. Get this down. Get Portrait of Machiko out of voltage surge range. Yeah, let that land. You got us, opponent. What you gonna do? Unexpected Windfall. Okay, so this is an Arcane Bombardment deck. Interesting. And they've got the mana for the Arcane Bombardment. And a spell, but they don't cast a spell. Huh. Draw a card. Do we dare play this when we know they have Crush the Weak? I guess we're just all in on attacks. We're about to get bombarded. Bombardier. Oh, burn down the house. Okay. See, this deck can lose. And, anyways, 80% win rate. Stick around, I'll prove it. Okay. Here you see it. 80% win rate. 100% on the draw, 50% on the play. Of course, small sample size, 5 games, but this performed, I mean, I've been happy with a 60% or even a 40% here because we're up against standard decks currently that have twice the card pool. We're only using cards from 4 sets, so this is pretty darn good. And we were playing on the ladder in gold. So pretty good test of the deck. I think, it's up to you if you want to craft it. This does have a few more wild cards than my rotation-proof red deck, which hopefully will appear as one of the videos you can click on here. And so watch that if you haven't already and try to make your decision if you're trying to craft a rotation-proof deck here. But yeah, thanks for joining me here in the attic. I've been Mana Dad. Remember, Magic is a game so fun, even dads can enjoy it. Adios.